Aaron Whitlow,
Brandon Spivey here.
and we are the Markout Movie Podcasters. Brandon, what in the world are we doing today, man?
Well, we are going to review, I think, a movie I forced you to pick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's all good.
It was new. I thought we'd get some viewers on this if it was good. I thought we could get some reviewers. Sadly, we're reviewing Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah.
Your father is in a complicated profession. For years, he has protected powerful secrets that have kept mankind safe from the dangers of another world. It's time to face your destiny.
Now look around, this is what they call great.
All right, so this is the 2020 film that was originally slated to come out in theaters. Instead, it came on Disney Plus, which good for Disney because it would have totally lost money at the movies.
It still should lose money.
It should still lose money.
You know what, though? I bet it doesn't.
I bet it doesn't.
It's successful, and we get a sequel. And I'm not watching that sequel. I'm just not.
This movie, let me go ahead and give you not the rating. That's what Brandon does. I'm going to give you what the movie synopsis is. I'm trying to get to IMDb. Here it is. So, it's so stupid. All right. Artemis Fowl, a young criminal prodigy, hunts down a secret society of fairies to find his missing father. Brent.
But does he, though? Does he? Because I didn't really see him hunt anything down. The kid does shoot a gun at the end. I'll give him that.
We're gonna go ahead and go to both views so we can both be seen because I got to get both of our reactions to this terrible film. Brandon, hit me with those marvelous numbers.
All righty then. So the numbers are this. It's got a 4 out of 10 on IMDb. 31% like this on Metacritic. 43% like it on Google. Oh, I can only imagine what Rotten Tomato scores are going to be. Whew. 10% on the Rotten Tomato meter. 10. You don't get much worse than 10%. Audience scores usually higher, right, Aaron?
Right, usually.
Usually higher. It is. It's higher, but it's only at 20%. So there you go.
I'm curious.
This movie blows.
I'm curious. Hold up, real quick, just before. I'm curious because you made a mention, and I'm not gonna let this mention down. So, all right, what was the score on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie?
10%.
Tomato meter.
Their audience score was 20.
All right, Brahms the Boy 2, which we both panned, we hated, is 9% on the tomato meter and 44% audience. So the audience likes Brahms the Boy 2 better than this film. And you know what, Brandon? I like Brahms the Boy 2 better than this movie.
Yeah, it's debatable for me. It's close, but I do think I liked some things in Brahms 2 a little bit better. It's really close for me. It's like, okay, and both of these films are turds, mind you. They're the worst films of the year, mind you. If there's a worse film than these two come out this year, God have mercy on us as movie fans go. God have mercy.
Was Brahm this year or was it last year?
It was in January, I think.
Oh, so it is this year. Okay.
It was in first or second. It was after Grudge 2. I think it was January 10th. Yeah. I could be wrong, but it was after Grudge 2.
And with that being said, the Grudge 2 was also terrible, or whatever it was. And then, but you know what?
You hated it worse than me. I thought it was okay, but it was boring. A lot of.
You know a movie is better than this movie. A movie that's better than this movie.
Doolittle.
I didn't see it. A movie that I can say is better than this movie is Black Christmas. And that was terrible. That's terrible.
That's cutting me deep.
That was terrible.
It's cutting me deep. I can't go.
Can't go there?
I don't think I can.
Well, okay. The only redeeming quality in this film is Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell is the only redeeming quality.
Yeah,
And he's not even in there.
He's
Hardly.
just 5 minutes. Yeah, he's the only redeeming quality. Oh, and I got so mad at the dialogue, especially by Judi Dench. Is that her last name?
Oh, well, let's give it up for Judi Dench. How is it that she's going to be in two really bad movies back to back? Cats and this.
I have not seen Cats. So
I haven't seen it, but it's bad, I heard. It's laughable bad.
For most people, yeah. Beth likes it.
Of course, Beth likes it. But this movie, yeah, I agree with you. The dialogue in this film is so atrocious. And the narration is so bad. The thing he's doing with his voice, the thing she's doing with her voice, what is going on in this movie? What is this movie, Brandon? What even is it?
It's a bunch of nonsense. That's what it is.
It felt like it felt like this movie should have been made in early 2000s, late 90s. You know that Spy Kids, Shark Boy, Lava Girl time frame, but it just doesn't. But it doesn't have the type of personality that those movies have. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't seen them, but I've heard about them. I know what they are, and I can agree they want to be that. I also think they want to be Harry Potter with – oh, my God. The world they created is just – it could work under – and I'm going to say something controversial here.
Go right ahead.
If Kenneth Branagh wasn't directing this film, and I think he's an excellent actor, but the movies he has directed that I've personally seen in the last few years, except for the first Thor, I think the first Thor is pretty decent. He bombs when he directs. I can't remember the last. He did that movie about the train, The Murder in the Orient Express. That was boring. I was very pumped to see that movie, but the movie was boring. He was great in it, but it was boring.
It was terrible.
Knives Out was much better.
Thor wasn't entertaining. 2011.
You didn't like the first one?
Not as much. Well, it was okay, but it wasn't like Ragnarok set the tone.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best, but I thought it was better than the Dark World.
Yeah, it was better than Dark World. He did Hamlet in '96.
I hadn't
What
seen
to Do About Nothing. But I agree with you. His directing credits is terrible. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he did this.
Yeah, that's why I had kind of high hopes. Even though I didn't really want to see the movie, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I know you said you wanted to see it. I know Beth wanted to see it, but I really didn't. It didn't impress me.
I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know what I didn't see the trailer. If you knew what it was going to
be, you wouldn't have wanted to see it.
This movie's so terrible. Josh Gad. It's just
Josh Gad's miscast. He's the biggest miscast of 2020. He kills this movie for me. His narration. Yeah. They act like the audience is dumb. They don't know what's going on. You can clearly see what's going on. You don't need him every 5-10 minutes telling you what's going to happen.
Yeah, and really hyping up this kid, this Artemis Fowl kid, and this kid is literally like, as you stated, he's doing nothing. He's not as big of a mastermind as they're playing him out to be, and the movie doesn't give you time give time to breathe enough to make you believe that these people, like, you really don't care about any character in this movie at all. None.
Yeah, I didn't care. I mean, I cared about Colin because it's Colin, but I was like, well, he was in his 5 minutes. He earned a payday.
Yeah, and he stole the show every time he's in it. Like, he always has that type of personality. It reminds me of him in was that The Gentleman, or what's that one movie that we watched not too long ago?
The Gentleman.
Yeah, The Gentleman. He stole it. He really stole the show from me. Well, you said Hugh Grant stole it for you.
Hugh stole it for me, but I did like Colin in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked everybody. I thought everybody was good in that movie. That's hard to accomplish. But yeah, I would if he would have had more time in the movie, possibly I could say he stole it. But I think Hugh got a little bit more time. But Colin was amazing. Everybody was. But that was a well-directed movie. It was a very good movie.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
It just his performance in this movie kind of.
Do you feel like he's phoning it in? Was it Bruce Willis in it?
No, he wasn't Bruce. And no one's Bruce. I mean, no one could be Bruce. Bruce is a special kind of phone in. He's a special kind. Bruce he's in the class on his own.
Bruce is a class of his own phoning in. I was gonna compare because Nick Cage never phones in. Bruce phones in. I would say
Nick can't afford to phone it in.
I'd say Vin Diesel has phoned in most of his career.
Vin Diesel doesn't know how to act. So you're honestly getting his best. In my personal opinion, you're getting his best.
He's giving it his all.
Yeah. Which ain't much.
Much. Hey, I agree.
God bless you, man.
God bless him. But this movie, man, the guy that you don't call Butler, which I thought that's so dumb. I typically like that guy in things that I've seen him in, but this movie I didn't like halfway through this movie. I'm like, what is going on? Like I was thinking it. I was like, what's going on? And I was thinking, and I rewound it back a little bit because I was wondering if I missed something. And I'm like, no, I missed nothing. I don't know what's happening.
Did you like the prison scene where he's playing the music like Guardians? I was like, they're ripping off Guardians. They are trying to rip off Guardians of the Galaxy here.
I think I missed it. I think I must have missed it. I must have blinked.
But yeah, he just started playing the music. The guy in the prison walked up to him, and it just felt like a Guardians moment was about to happen. Of course, it didn't, because it's not Guardians. It's not Marvel. Thank God Marvel wouldn't put out this piece of crap. But Disney did. I think where the movie, I didn't hate the beginning. I thought it was okay. Colin, talking to his son, he's leaving, and all of a sudden he gets kidnapped. It's like, oh, that's a pretty nice setup for this kid, But after that, this movie just falls short. To me, I've said this in my Letterboxd review. I've told you about it. I told Beth about it. I've told some other people about it. This is the biggest box office blunder since Battlefield Earth. It just is. It reminds me of that kind of a movie. Like they want to be something really big, and sadly, for everyone that was in this movie and helped behind the scenes, it's not. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, it went straight to Disney Plus, where a lot of people probably watched.
And it will probably get a direct sequel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do one, you would do it on Disney Plus. I mean, because this is not gonna work mainstream. We don't know if we're gonna have mainstream.
Yeah, hey, mask and everything at theaters now, guys. You got to wear a mask. They may also have an app where you order your food and they bring it to you while you're sitting in your seat.
Well, that's not bad, but the mask part,
Yeah.
It's hard to concentrate.
You can take your mask off while you're eating, but if you don't have concessions, you got to wear the mask. So it's going to be hard to just breathe. So it's going to – we ain't even talking about the movie right now, I'm sorry, but it seems like it's going to go the way of it's better just to get it on VOD or,
Yeah.
It's going to be better just – you can comfortably watch it in your own home.
Which I'm not a fan – I mean, I'm a fan of that. I'm not – I love the cinematic experience, especially on a Friday night, a big movie. I love that experience. But, sadly, we don't know if that's going to happen. So, But, yeah, I mean – honestly, yeah, I know we shifted gears here because that's more, it's I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of it. It's more entertaining to talk about what's going to happen with the mask on your face than this movie.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just more entertaining. This movie was not entertaining. I saw your Letterboxd review. You didn't give much of a review. It's like watch something else.
You watch something else, please. You'll thank me. Please just watch anything else.
Like the fairies, the dwarfs. It's just the world they created if someone behind Harry Potter was directing or producing this, I think it would have worked.
I agree.
The world they created, I don't think it's a bad world. It just, the concept's good. Just the delivery's not. Bottom line, it's not.
I think that I felt like little notes from, like, say, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or something like that. Like they wanted to try to create some type of ensemble type of people to kind of go on this little adventure, but it just falls flat. It falls flat. It's like you don't care about the fairies. The fairy, one fairy short or whatever. The whole time I didn't know there was a girl fairy. I thought it was a dude the whole time. And then, like, when they said it's a girl, I'm like, oh, really? And then, like, Artemis, and then they brought in the other little girl, like the butler's niece. And I'm like, who is this person? And made her character, like, irrelevant. It's like you have too much stuff trying to pile in there. And then the Josh Gad guy, nobody would believe him. Like, at the beginning, they try to make him seem villainous. Nobody believes Josh Gad is a villain. No one. And so, I didn't buy it with him being menacing with his little talking, but he just be jokey as well. I'm like, man, it doesn't work. And then what he's doing with his voice, it just didn't work.
Yeah, it kept going in and out. His accent just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
He ruins the movie for me. I like Josh. I like Josh Gad, but he ruins the movie.
And then Judi Dench was just terrible. She made like some type of low growling voice as she talks. It's like weird. It was weird.
Good morning. What is it? Top of the morning to you or something. I was like, and I had a friend, he passed away last year, would say that when I worked with him at Walmart. And if he would have been alive and would have seen what they did, because I think he was from Ireland, and he would have just, no telling what he would have told me. He would have been offended, greatly offended.
I'm 4% Irish, and I was offended. But
the dialogue was really bad. The acting was bad. The visuals weren't good. The CGI was bad. Especially for Josh Gad's character when he's going through the dirt. I don't know what he's doing. Is he farting dirt? Is he? What's going on there when you're seeing that? What's going on there?
Also, they have what is that? That was weird. And then they also have the all right. So the other elf guy that was clearly a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, but the thing about it, his character was clearly, painstakingly clearly a bad guy. It's like you can tell. They should have just put, I'm going to betray you. I'm going to betray everyone in this film on the shirt, because that's what this movie does. It makes things, like you said, it makes it seem like the audience is dumb.
Yes.
Now, maybe it's for the kids and they think kids can't catch it, but even you said that your son got up and left.
Yeah, he left. He didn't want to watch after about 15, 20 minutes. About the 45-minute mark, he just went upstairs.
I'd rather be in my room and stare at the wall.
Yeah. So, I mean, if a kid's gonna react that way, and grant you, my son, I have a hard time getting him to watch like Disney movies that are not animated. So, but he does. Let's see, he wanted to see this though. He saw the trailer, he liked it, and he wanted to see it. But once it started, he just had no interest. I don't know. I don't know who this movie's for. Maybe it's for no one.
Maybe it's just for Maybe it's just for Disney Plus, where you can be like, "Hey, what's this movie? Let me." Like, honestly, as I was watching this movie, I was thinking I should have chose something else to watch, because, like, honestly, if I lived the rest of my life and I've never seen this movie, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was that insignificant. Is that insignificant?
80% agree with you on Rotten Tomatoes.
Thank you, 80%. All right, I guess we ready to shoot this dog and go ahead and give the. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I
really shoot
guess.
dogs.
I mean, I don't have anything to say. Oh, I will say this. I think it took a big old dump on the people that actually enjoy the books, because it is based on books. I'm assuming children books, but everybody I've heard talk about online, which I haven't been online much the past few days, but when this movie came out, I heard about it. I heard how bad it was after we already said we were going to watch it. I was like, oh, maybe they're wrong. You know, give it the benefit of the doubt. You know, don't go by what you hear. Go by what you see. Sometimes you should go by what you hear.
Oh, I knew it. I didn't even think it was gonna be bad until you said in your. I seen a Facebook post where you said, "I think I seen a movie that is actually worse than Brahms the Boy too."
Yeah, I said this movie tops Brahms' Boy too. And some people probably think, oh, he liked it that much. Because, you know,
They
that's
must
all I
not
said.
heard. They must not have heard our review.
But the way I lit it on fire too, which was to represent it's a dumpster fire. But you know, I don't know if people got that or not. But yeah, look, I feel bad for everybody that's part of this movie.
It took time out to make the movie. Yeah, they
Yeah,
still got paid though. But you know,
I mean, I hear John Camp say it all the time that everyone that sets out to make a movie, they set out to make a good movie. No one tries to make a bad movie. So I do feel bad for the people. Unfortunately, it happens. And I have to say this, Josh Gad in this movie is John Travolta in Battlefield Earth. He's that bad.
Yeah. Every time I think about Battlefield Earth, I immediately think of John Travolta in Alien makeup. It's what I immediately think, and I also think Forrest Whitaker in Alien makeup. Those are my number one and two thoughts of that movie. And rest of it, I totally forgot, and I'm okay that I forgot what happened in that movie.
What's his name's also in it? The guy from Crawl.
The dad.
Dad, he's in it.
Crawl
he's
is on Hulu. Y'all should watch Crawl on Hulu. Watch Crawl on Hulu. It's a really good movie that nobody saw, and it's on Hulu right now, and you can check it out, and I would recommend you watch it.
I recommend you watching it too. I recommend you watching it last year though, but you know.
Yeah, we did. We actually it topped. It was like at the top. It might not have made number one, but it's at the top of our list in 2019. Was it?
Oh yeah, it was top 10 definitely. Yeah. It was for it was crocodiles, right? Not alligators, crocodiles.
It was Crocs. Yeah,
Crocs.
Florida.
It's Jaws
gators.
for crocodiles.
Gators.
Is it alligators? Yeah, I think it is alligators.
Florida. Yeah.
It's Jaws for alligators. It really is.
But it's such a great movie. It's better. It's the best alligator / crocodile movie of all. It's better than the Lake Placid movie. It's better. It is like you said. It is Jaws for this generation as far as like it's the best creature film, like an actual realistic creature film since Jaws.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And I would have said The Shallows before that, but this was better.
Yeah, Shallows was good too. I really enjoyed that.
It was good. It was good.
But
I would have liked a little bit more story than her being trapped on a rock. But for what it was excellent for what it was. You know,
at least we got her and a bird trapped on a rock together.
Yeah, her and a bird. And we did get that cool scene with the guy, the surfer getting swallowed. You know, shark.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So,
watch that movie. I think that is on Prime or something, maybe. I don't know. You should watch that movie. Watch anything but Artemis Fowl. All right. Yeah. My marks for this movie.
I can't wait to hear it, Aaron.
I got to give it a 1. I was going to do half of 1, but we don't do that. So it just gets a 1 mark for me. It's bad. It's terrible. It's forgettable. I guess do we really do the no marks? If so, I would give it no marks.
I mean, you can give it 0. I mean, if you choose, give it what you think it deserves.
I think it deserves 0. 0 marks for me.
Aaron has spoken. Aaron thinks this movie's a big flat 0. I'm gonna be a little nicer. Not much, but I'm gonna be a little nicer. I'm gonna give it a 1. You know what? I think I'm being too nice. 0.5.
Ooh.
For Colin Farrell. The little he was in the movie gets it to a 0.5.
All right, that's good.
The opening.
Well, that is for this episode of the Markout Movie Podcast. So as far as what's coming up next week or weeks after that, Brandon, you want to tell anyone anything?
It's just gonna put me on the spot. Aaron will be doing Shudder and Horror. I will be taking a little break to clear my head and come back really focused and help get this podcast to the next level.
That's good. Yeah, so next week I'll do Shudder and Horror. It may or may not be on Friday. We'll see. I don't know what I'll do. Or if I don't do Shudder and Horror, it'll probably be some other horror related or old movie. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's gonna be something. But yeah, so Brandon's gonna take some time to get rested, get revitalized, and then he's gonna come back and we're gonna take it to the next level of marking out here on the Markout Movie Podcast. So in the meantime and in between time, I'm Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Brandon Spivey.
And
we are the Markout Movie
Podcast.
It didn't go exactly how I planned, but it went.
Thank you for marking out with us.